Alright, the holiday season is here. And every holiday season I like to reminisce about the gifts that I got when I was younger. Thing is though, I'm starting to get older and I'm beginning to forget what I got for Christmas, all the way back in the 90s. Now I would reference this old video that I posted a couple of years ago, talking about my Xmas list over the last couple of years, but I think I did a really bad job actually recording this.
But anyway, this is just like a game that I'm just playing for right now. I'm gonna use Knuckles.
Yeah, I came a long way. So this year, let me do it right. Let me tell you my Christmas list throughout the ages. Actually, it's really just from the 90s and the 2000s, because around 2010, I really didn't get any presents anymore. Still though, I could either turn this into 2 parts or I could just make this into one really long part. But let's record and see how long this can go, because I got a pretty big Christmas list. Grab a blanket and some cocoa and sit your big ass down so you can hear me talk about my Christmas story. Okay, let me paint the scene for you. It's 1994. Mortal Kombat's kicking ass. Everybody's putting down on their Christmas list they want Sonic and Knuckles that year. But I feel sorry for all the Sega fans because Nintendo's about to release Donkey Kong Country. That's like the missile that will sink Sega's battleship. So what do I got on my Christmas list that year? But of course, Power Rangers. And you may be thinking, psh, Power Rangers, really? Dude, I was like 4, and they were the shit when they first came out. From 1993, when they first came on and aired on television, to 1996, which is when the movie aired, I believe. Freaking Power Rangers were everywhere. They had so many games on freaking NES, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, even the Sega CD. Now, my brother had a Sega and I had an NES, so I didn't really ask for any video games for the first 3 years of my life. However, I will say that playing with the toys and connecting them and putting them together and just basically breaking them apart after a year later, I think I just really enjoyed myself on Christmas that day. Which brings me to 95. I wanted an Easy Bake Oven so bad, but I didn't get that. I don't know why my parents didn't want to buy it for me, but I know what was rolling through their heads. I don't think we should get him this Easy Bake Oven. He's kind of different enough. So let's get our little bundle of joy, a whole bunch of Toy Story toys, because that was the year that Toy Story came out, and that's when I was the biggest fan of it. My dad even bought me for the computer the game that was released on the Sega Genesis, and my god was that game hard. I couldn't even get past the RC level. Well, I don't even need to play the stupid game. I'll just play with the toys instead and pretend that I beat the level with my own toy RC car. You know, because that's how I'm feeling after I'm losing. Might have not been able to get my Easy Bake Oven and been able to make my own delicious cakes. I did manage to get a goofy golf machine, but I couldn't hook it up. It was like trying to hook up a mousetrap. It's just so many directions. While that Christmas wasn't disappointing, the Christmas after in 96 kinda left a sour taste in my mouth, and I'll tell you why. This year I got a whole bunch of Space Jam toys. Why? Because it just came out. So I mean, I think you're getting the pattern that I got toys based off of whatever is, new and popular, so my parents could just grab that and just, call it a day. Get me a couple of action figures for $35.99. And they're putting that money right into Michael Jordan's pocket. While as appreciative as I was for the things that I got, there was something else that I really desired, and I was told that I was too young to have, and that was a Sega Saturn. I remember seeing the commercial for Knights, and he's all flying around looking all purple and shit, and I'm just all like, dude, I want to do that. I need me a Sega Saturn. But the only problem is, I was too small. But the thing is though, it's probably a good thing that I didn't get the Sega Saturn, because it kind of tanked after about 2 years. Next year. 97! 97. What did I get for 97? Oh yeah, I remember. Bum, holy crap, I got Star Wars! The new special edition released on VHS. Because we didn't have DVD. Yes, I know I'm not really synced up to the music, but bear with me. And holy crap, the 20th edition added a whole bunch of CGI effects. Kinda unnecessarily. But at that time, everybody wanted CG. And hopefully that won't hurt the next movie that's coming out in 2 years. Alright, I'm done singing. But yeah, that's the year I actually first seen Star Wars, and I got a whole bunch of toys with that. And I guess for a lot of people this year, this is going to be their first time actually seeing Star Wars in the theaters. And while I didn't get to be able to see the original trilogy in the theaters, I did get to be able to sit at home and watch my brother play all the new Star Wars games that he just got for his PlayStation. And I sat there and I watched him play all day. And I just thought, I need my own PlayStation. No, not a PlayStation. I need an N64. Because damn it, I want a freaking N64, and if that's not young enough for me, then I don't know what is. Freaking what, an Atari Jaguar? 97 wasn't a bust, but I was damn sure gonna make sure 98 is gonna be the year that I get to play something around Christmas time all day, all night, and then for the rest of the break. And 98 was a big year for video games. So if you didn't have a video game console, or probably one of the millions of freaking Class A games that came out at the time, you're probably not even knowing what the heck is going on around the world. But I mean, it's not like you're missing much. The whole world is just obsessed with Beanie Babies for some reason. But not me. No, I was obsessed with only two things: A and G, anime and video games. God dang it. And after banging up all of my new Star Wars toys because I was pretending that they were Vegeta and Goku beating the crap out of each other in the sky because Dragon Ball Z is so cool. Oh my gosh, it's so new. I think that I began to tell my parents that I'm a little bit too old for, playing with toys. And alas, they got me an N64, the Gex 64, and I couldn't even sleep that night because I seen the game before I actually seen the console. And I was so happy. I got my first actual console that I didn't have to share with anybody, even though it came with this extra little purple controller. But I was just so pleased. And so I played Gex for the rest of the Christmas day on a new TV that my parents actually just bought too, as I sang through the night. It's all I ever wanted. It's all I ever needed. While I played Gex pretty much all day, it's not like that was the only game that I got. Still had a piece of candy cane stuck in my throat. For the PlayStation that my brother so-called owned, he got Road Rash. My gosh, was that such a douchebag game, because it was making him act like a douchebag and hogging the PlayStation. Because I actually got a game for it that year. Well, both me and my sister got games for it. I happened to get Spyro, while my sister got Crash Bandicoot. But she barely played it, so I just kept it in my room. So essentially, I just got 3 awesome games for Christmas. And later on, when I'm celebrating with some family for some Kwanzaa celebrations, on the last day, I got Mario N64. Harambe! That means let's all pull together. You're supposed to do it 7 times. I'll explain later. Just know that this Christmas was awesome though. I got me freaking Mario, Spyro, Crash, and Gex all in the same year. And what did my cousin get for his Game Boy that year? Pfft, Pokemon? What the fuck is that shit? Get that bullshit out of here. 1 year later. Oh my god, I need to play Pokemon. I need to play Donkey Kong. I need to play freaking Star Fox. I need to play all the games from freaking Super Smash Brothers. Holy crap, I got a Game Boy for my freaking birthday, so now I can even get Game Boy games for Christmas. He may not even know it, but I got my cousin's Super Nintendo while he's away at college. I'm gonna get so many games. So many games. As excited as I was back in 1999 to think that I was gonna get a whole bunch of games, I was kinda wrong. But at the same time, I was kinda right. Instead, my parents just decided to buy me, necessary things that I will need. Like a new bike, maybe some new shoes, a lot of new clothes. My parents got me one game, and that was Toy Story 2. While the game was fun, I managed to beat it by the end of the day. So, I had to play another game that had to occupy my time, and thank God my freaking aunt came through for me, and she got me Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong! Everybody was singing that on the bus. We went back to school. What made that year more interesting though is that a lot of people were starting to raid and cower in fear over the Y2K. And I'm just wondering, what the hell is that? But apparently it was the end of the world, so I might have not have had another Christmas after that. So I think that's a good place to leave this list and give the next decade its own little section. Yeah, screw that. I think I'm just gonna streamline the 2000s because that was the digital age. And probably the age where I probably started buying my own gifts. Because I could tell you something, in 2000 I didn't get anything because I got put on punishment around Christmas. I had bad grades. Make sure you guys are doing well in school before you ask Santa Claus for anything. But my cousin tried to come through for me and he actually allowed me to take one of his games. I should have took Fighter's Destiny, but instead I took Quest 64. So I guess you could say that Christmas was kind of a bust. But like I said, I just buy my own games. I decided to buy me Banjo-Tooie and Spider-Man. And even Tomba 2, but let's keep it going. In 2001, I got me a GameCube, and that came with Super Smash Brothers, Luigi's Mansion, and Pikmin. 2002, I got Kingdom Hearts, and boy was that a great Christmas. I mean, I was playing Kingdom Hearts all day. I didn't even have enough time to play Metroid for Game Boy Advance and for GameCube. I also got me Kirby as well, and Zelda for Game Boy Advance. It was pretty an advanced Christmas, actually. One of the biggest highlights was Animal Crossing because everybody in my family loved that game. In 2003, I wanted an Xbox, but I didn't get one of those, so I had to settle for my Fire Emblem for Game Boy Advance. Oh my gosh, I love Lyn. It's a really, really big game. As well as Super Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. really good game. In 2004, I got me a Nintendo DS with Mario 64. And then after that, I really didn't get anything else, but I was really starting to get into anime. So my mother brought me Ranma. And the next year afterwards, in 2005, I got a big thing of manga. And I mean like just manga books for my friends, for my family, because I don't like asking for expensive things from my friends and family. But there was one game though that my mother did get me, and I told her about it kind of last minute, but I can't believe she actually came through on this. And it came from all the way from Japan, and that was Jump Superstars. Even my friend decided to buy it after he seen me playing Jump Superstars. So let's jump to 2006, and right on Christmas time, like last year, we got Jump Ultimate Stars. You know, the better version of Jump Superstars. And that was the highlight of that Christmas. I was playing that when we went to go see Dreamgirls in the theaters. I couldn't put that game down. I also got a Wii that year, and Wii Sports was a great game, but I don't really even consider that a good Wii year because I only played it for a couple of minutes while the rest of the family played it. But the year afterwards, in 2007, I got Mario Galaxy and Legend of Zelda. Hourglass Princess? Dark Princess? I don't know, something Princess. Twilight Princess, there we go. Point is though, around 2008, I think I could just say that's when I was starting to feel like, I should buy more stuff for other people. And that's what I began to do, and I stopped really demanding gifts. But there was one gift that I bought myself, and that was some Sonic games, because that's something that I really enjoyed at the time. I was really starting to get back into Sonic, and that's when they unleashed Sonic Unleash, as well as Sonic Dark Brotherhood. One game was really good, and I thought that was Sonic Dark Brotherhood. I didn't really like freaking Sonic Unleash, but as time goes on, I'm actually finding more and more appreciation for it, actually. So 2009's here, and what did I get? I got Wii Music. Yeah, I got Wii Music, and that's pretty much it. I got Wii Music for my sister, and I didn't get anything else. Oh, I got me a Subway card with $50 on it, and that lasts me for the rest of the school year, as well as an iPod Nano. But like I said, around 2009 or by 2010, I'm like not even getting really gifts anymore, so. The last probably gift that I probably got was a PSP with Birth by Sleep on it, and somebody actually really special gave that to me, but they're not that special anymore. But hey, as time goes on, we got special people that come and go. That makes up all the Christmases that I actually got stuff. Now I buy things for other people, and if I really want something, I'll buy it for myself. Because that's when I really started getting dirty with getting video games for the holidays. But I'm not alone here, I hope, because I know you guys got a favorite Christmas gift, and I want you guys to leave that in the comments. Be sure to leave the year that you got it, and a little short description on what made it so special to you. But hey, it's the season of giving, and everybody loves to give then receive, so give a like, give a follow on Twitter, and happy holidays to everyone, and to all a good night.